Hello and welcome to week 1 of the WPF Delta Draft League. My name is Scribbles. I'm coach of the Colorado Cabalians, and our week 1 matchup is against Zachmander, and the Canadian Sir Ledges. Looking at the matchup here for my team, they definitely have a speed advantage, with Garchomp and Mega Delphox obviously being a trusted combo, and then backing that up with fast support and Mousehold and the fastest Mon in the format with Mega Aerodactyl. From there, they kind of have a bimodal speed tier dropping all the way down to essentially the rest of their team in this Melodic at 81, all the way down to Bellybolt in around 40, or I think Earthworm's in the same territory. So looking at the matchup, their best Mons were super fast, and so I think that pushed me towards kind of a Trick Room mode, and that was kind of the build that I had intended here. It was tough finding the full 6 for this matchup, but I'll kind of jump through the sets I ended up bringing and discuss them to some detail. So starting off with Sinistcha here. Sinistcha was built to maximize my odds of getting Trick Room up. So some of the details about the Sinistcha spread. There's an interesting amount of speed investment here, and I'll get into that in a second. And then we also have a kind of bizarre move selection with Hex over Shadow Ball. The heat proof over kind of the more standard hospitality was driven by wanting to get Trick Room set up in the face of Delphox Garchomp lead. And so with Garchomp, I was worried about things like Dragon Tail potentially phasing me out, details like that, whereas I didn't anticipate they would want to run kind of Trick Room and Prison on Delphox because they would have to drop either Protect or Psychic or Fire coverage, or rely on just Heat Wave or just Flamethrower or something like that. So they had a bit of a 4-move slot, whereas Garchomp could probably get away with the standard like Earthquake, Rock Slide, and then something like Dragon Tail to kind of give them coverage there. And so I ended up going with this Machigacha Hex Strength Sap Trick Room set with a Citrus Berry. So HP Invest is pretty standard. That just gives you max HP while making the activation of Citrus Berry kind of most beneficial. So you want it divisible by 4 for Citrus Berry generally. The speed investment, and we'll get to this next, is this can outspeed Delphox if Delphox is paralyzed, which is kind of where Hex comes into play. And you'll see on the Helios set I have Glare as an option. This was kind of an interesting way for me to have speed control against their faster modes. I wouldn't have to go hard Trick Room if I didn't want to. And then the Spadef investment hits a jump point. It also guarantees an OHKO on a paralyzed Delphox with Hex, and then just some dump into special defense just to kind of give me some general survivability. This set, I kind of went back and forth on a bunch of different things. I was originally looking at kind of a Como, and you can see the 6 that I'm bringing this week. But it just had so much trouble getting set up, and with Mons like Sylveon and Delphox that were kind of difficult for me to break through or be able to survive. I didn't think I could get a Como setup going, and so I figured that Sinistcha would end up being a lead for me more often, and if it's a lead, you're not getting any value out of hospitality. So moving on to the next set here, I have Heliolisk, and Heliolisk is kind of where the Sinistcha set starts to make more sense. It is Scarfed with Glare, and so Glare here, this allows me to outspeed Scarf Garchomp, Mega Aerodactyl, kind of all of them, and kind of wrestle away speed control in kind of otherwise, I guess, unfortunate situations or kind of bad leads. Glare is nice because I can also paralyze Garchomp, and I can reduce Garchomp's speed, which, something like Electro Web, I'm not going to be able to do that. I have Thunderbolt just to give me some, general stab. This is giving them Melodic and Mega Aerodactyl. And then Dragon Pulse is the other coverage move I've selected, and this basically just allows me to hit Garchomp if we end up in an end game where it's kind of 1v1 or something along those lines. I'm not just dead with Heliolisk into that matchup. I also have Shed Tail here with the HP maximized to make those shed passes as bulky as possible. So the way Shed Tail works is it doesn't round down, it's half your HP rounded up actually, and so to get the biggest HP on the substitutes that you pass, you want maximum HP, and there's no benefit to going odd or even, so it's actually better to go even because the odd one will take away an additional HP. And then from there I just have enough speed for Scarf, Jolly, Garchomp, and then just a minor dump in special attack. I decided to go with Sandbale over Dry Skin, mostly because I just wanted to avoid additional damage from Delphox. Dry Skin, you take a bit more damage from Heat Wave and things like that. And the special bulk, along with the HP on Heliolisk, does allow me to take some hits that I definitely wouldn't be able to take with Dry Skin otherwise. Next set here is Tinkaton, and so Tinkaton on this build is necessary because they have Serena. If I wanted to just do like a straight Trick Room setup, and that's kind of where Tinkaton and Oranguru here are next to each other just for kind of the logical consistency. Serena can really frustrate that. You can picture something like Serena alongside a Monkin Phase or alongside an Imprisoned Trick Room on or something like that, and I wouldn't be able to disrupt their disruption, if that makes sense. The set here is pretty straightforward. The speed is enough for max speed Toxicroak, so it guarantees I have fastest fake out if I want it. I have kind of an interesting invest here. I think this guarantee survives an Earthquake from Garchomp. I don't remember the exact count now. I'm kind of doing this a little bit later than I would like to understand what I was doing exactly. And then the attack invest allows the 3 attacks I have here to, I think I pick up a few Okos. I think Ice Hammer Oko's a Garchomp that's not ridiculously invested. Ice Hammer is also nice in this instance, not only to hit Garchomp with the 4x, but also it lowers my speed so that if I do get Trick Room set up, I'm not stuck being faster than the rest of my opponent's team. The knockoff on the set I thought was really important for Orthworm on my opponent's team, who actually seemed really threatening to my Trick Room modes. It's difficult to disrupt because it's so bulky and I don't have a lot of good special damage into it without setup, especially if they bring their own disruption. And so kind of my thinking here was with knockoff, I could remove a Citrus Berry, which would allow me to get enough damage into it to prevent it from getting a Shed Pass off or anything like that. Next set here is Oranguru. This is a pretty standard Oranguru set. The invests, I think I've got it here. Yeah, I didn't target anything in particular. There's a jump point Spadef. I was a little bit more worried about the special attacks coming my way from some of my opponent's Pokemon. Specifically, I was worried about, we're gonna go back to the team here. I was worried about Sylveon putting out a lot of damage. I was also worried about, obviously, Mega Delphox putting out a lot of damage. No one really had great coverage to hit Oranguru super hard, but at the same time, that's why I was able to go with Mental Herb, I guess. There wasn't like a Dark type or anything along those lines that could really threaten huge damage, so I kind of went with a little more Spadef because I was more scared of the special attackers overall. And then just some token defense investment and just max HP with the Mental Herb. This should be able to get Trick Room up reliably. Nice thing about Oranguru having Foul Play is I have access to damage without investing in it. Psychic Noise was for things like Recover Melodic, Leftovers on Melodic, just to help prevent them stalling out Trick Room if that's something they ended up trying to do. My main Trick Room sweeper was Camerupt for this week. I thought Camerupt had a good matchup. The combination of Eruption and Earth Power, so Fire and Ground, hit basically all of their team that I was worried about. The ability to also then run Rock Slide with kind of a mixed set on the Trick Room build was really important because otherwise Delphox would hard wall me. I would be able to do very, very little damage. And so with Rock Slide and Trick Room alongside an Instructor Oranguru, I could actually Oko Delphox in one turn with Rock Slide, Instruct Rock Slide. So 2 Rock Slides with KO. That's what the token 5 points of invested attack is for. Otherwise, just max HP. I think I hit a jump point in Spadef or special attack. And then there is 1 point dumped into special defense because max HP and 1 special defense allows me to live a Muddy Water from Melodic. It doesn't have any special attack investment, which they commonly run a lot of HP and bulk generally just to increase survivability. I was debating the last move slot between Protect and Iron Head. Iron Head was nice for Sylveon. I think it also hits Aerodactyl a bit harder than Rock Slide. I decided I ended up wanting to go with Protect in case there was an opportunity for me to get a second Trick Room up or something along those lines, or if I needed to deal with opposing Fake Out. But that was one area I went back and forth on. So camera up was going to be my main kind of win condition in this matchup, since Trick Room was going to be a priority for the team. The last slot, I went back and forth between Gyarados, Como, and Primarina for this last slot. I ended up going with Gyarados, and part of the reason was Gyarados it kind of completed the mode that's going to be a little bit faster with Heliolisk and Sinistcha and kind of spreading glare and things like that around. Also, I could give it 3 moves that hit their entire team pretty strongly. Waterfall, Ice Fang, Power Whip has really good coverage into their team. I opted for No Protect and Dragon Dance. The kind of hope here is if they go all into Stop Trick Room, I could maybe get a Dragon Dance up, and then from there I should outspeed everything aside from Delphox and Mega Arrow, and both of them don't have a lot of great damage into Mega Gyarados, and so I was hoping if I got that set up, I'd be in good position to kind of sweep through their team if they lean too hard to counter Trick Room. The Como set I was looking at was like a Flamethrower, Clinging Scales, Clangor's Soul, Protect set. It was tough because I needed Flamethrower to hit Aegislash, and Flamethrower just doesn't do very much damage. And then having to rely on a spread move to get through their team and having to have setup, and it just seemed like too many things had to go right for me for it to work. And then with Primarina, I think I was just kind of looking at like a standard 2 attacks, Hyper Voice, Moonblast, Calm Mind, Protect set. Ultimately, I kind of wanted to be able to round out the fast mode a little bit better, and so I went with Gyarados in this case. Gyarados and Camera probably shouldn't come to the same games. So generally speaking, the game plan is going to be to get Trick Room up, get Camera up next to Oranguru, and then try and just sweep through their team, with another option being the Sinistcha, Heliolisk, probably Tinkaton, Gyarados Mega, kind of a faster mode, and just spread glare around and see if I could beat their counter attempt at my Trick Room mode. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so again, hoping no Earthworm. I think I've got answers for everything else. I have sketchy answers for Earthworm. Okay, no Earthworm. They do have the Belly Bolt, so I'm glad I went with Camera Up instead of Primarina in the last slot. The mouse holds a little annoying. They didn't bring Serena, unfortunately, but I didn't really bring much to hit Serena, to be honest. So let's see here. If they do go with yeah. Good luck, have fun. Turn off Green Earthworm. If they go with the standard Delphox lead, I really like my initial strategy. If I get Trick Room up, Melodic's still annoying, so I don't necessarily want to go Trick Room first game. I think I'm going to go with my Sinistcha, Heliolisk. And then in the back, I'm going to bring, I guess it's Gyarados and Tinkaton. Maybe I go Tinkaton and Sinistcha with Gyarados, Camera Up for game 1. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's see what they have to stop Trick Room. He's got me beat and drip. That's unfortunate. Okay. Belly Bolt. And okay, so I don't want to Trick Room, I don't think. This is interesting. So if I pick out Belly Bolt, I give it a charge. I'm really worried about what else it would do. Not super worried. I think I just go ahead and set Trick Room, and then I'll fake out Delphox. Yeah, that's fine. I don't have Instruct, so it might be a little difficult. I can double the Delphox next turn. Should do a damage calc on knockoff. So I'm water type, okay. So next turn they can hit me. With an electric attack. You can also just switch into Camerupt. And get a knockoff on Delphox. It definitely won't kill. But it should do a good amount of damage. 50%. I'm good with that. I also don't reveal heat proof, which is nice. Smart. I do live that. I think that's thanks to Solid Rock. Okay, Tinkaton goes down, that's fine. Now I can bring in Gyarados and Earth Power Belly Bolt, and as long as Belly Bolt doesn't have a Shuka Berry, it should go down. Yeah. So I guess we just hope for no Shuka Berry here. I guess the smart play would be to double the slot. If they are a Shuka Berry set, I don't think they'd run Sash. So Belly Bolt is definitely a problem. Okay, that's probably good. That's fine. So no Shuka, and I'm in good shape. Wow, okay. Okay. I'm fine with that. That actually might be good for me. So I should be able to what does Rock Slide do here? It does nothing. Yeah, it's basically just max. So they switched pretty aggressively last time. It has Muddy Water. I could protect and watch a gotcha. Yeah, they stayed in. That does nothing. Hopefully no accuracy drop. Okay, that's okay. It does a lot. Citrus kicks in. I still don't know what their last is. So I think here I Does Rockslide do 14? Rockslide should do 14. Oh, I'm not counting doubles. 12 to 14. That's max defense though. Man, okay, so if Rockslide KOs, so last turn it Trick Room, so I definitely want to attack this turn. Alright, hopefully this Rockslide KOs. I can't flinch. 1%. Camera up dodge. Oh, that's huge. So now I think they go into Del Fox though. I'm pretty sure they just double the Sinistra here. And I think I'm cooked. What does Earth Power do to... No, they'd have Psychic. I think I'm cooked here, because I think they just double Sinistra and I'm out of options. And Heat Wave just kills camera. Okay. I don't think the crit mattered. Alright, so that's game one. Alright, so if I had just gone with Sinistra Heliolisk, I was in pretty good shape there. Gyarados wasn't very useful. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go... The Belly Bolt is a huge problem, especially Shook a Belly Bolt. So yeah, I think I go with the more offensive lead here. Bring more for Melodic. I could do these two and then the Muddy Water on Belly Bolt's a problem. I just don't have great damage into Belly Bolt, aside from Camera Up. I guess I could leave Tinkaton and Gyarados. They don't have Fake Out, so I don't have to worry about that. And they're not going to bring Tailwind, I don't think. It's pretty all in, though. I don't think Gyarados can beat Belly Bolt very easily. I'd need a Dragon Dance. I might be able to do like After You or something. I'm gonna try this. I don't think this is very good. But I like having Heliolisk. Then predicting the Camera Up switch in is a really good play. So yeah, I don't think Fake Out was super useful there. Haven't revealed Hex. Okay, they want the same lead. Alright, I'm just gonna go for what I got here. So I should outspeed an Oko with this if they don't protect or anything along those lines. This is really all in, which is why I didn't want to go for it game one, but it really looks like Delphox has like sunglasses on when it's zoomed out like that. Alright, Glare can't miss, Hex can't miss. I think this is an Oko. They didn't protect. Okay, I EV'd my Pokemon correctly. Okay, I can kind of build teams. I still need to kill Bellybolt though, which is a problem. I don't know if that was like a Gyarados predicted switch in or what it was, but we'll see who they've got in the back. Melodic, okay. I will glare that as well. And then here, yeah, I'm just gonna Machigachi here. They can protect, I guess. But I don't see how Bellybolt's going to kill Heliolisk. I'd like to switch Heliolisk out to get extra damage with Thunderbolt at some point. But at this point, just outspeeding everything is really nice. Okay, don't take another. Wish I was dry skin. Don't burn. Okay. So now I'm definitely gonna switch out into I'll just switch into a Oranguru. And then here I am going to the other thing I could do is I could switch into... No, I think it's still Muddy Water. I don't want to do that. I'm going to switch into a Oranguru, and I am going to Machigachi here. So I just want to keep putting up damage. I want to preserve Heliolisk for in-game. Oranguru is going to take a lot from this, but... that's okay. Okay, it's not a 2-hit KO. Paralysis is great for me. I can probably Hex Melodic now. Might protect though. It's a tough turn. I think I Hex Melodic, and I'll just go ahead and Psychic Voice Bellybolt. Whatever they have in the back, it has to be able to beat Sinistcha. That's really lucky for me. Otherwise, because Bellybolt's not going to do it with Muddy Water and Thunderbolt. You could do it with Soak, I guess. Okay, it's soaked there. I do outspeed it. Mouse hold. Okay. I don't think Mouse hold beats Sinistcha. I don't think Mouse hold beats either of these. I am going to foul play Mouse hold, I guess, and I'm just going to after you, maybe? Yeah. I'll switch in camera. I can't win if Sinish gets soaked. Sure. So it's defensive and support. The Thunderbolt there. It's fine. Did that crit? Oh, they soaked a wrong brew, that's right. I don't know what I'm doing. But this should be fine, because I can go into... I can go to Heliolisk and Shed Tail even if I wanted. Oh no, I can't, I'm too slow. Let me just go into Sinistcha, Rage Powder and Earth Power. I think this is over. I can just Rage Powder and then Mega Eruption. There's no safety goggles or anything like that, so it should be clear there. I'm pretty sure this kills Belly Bolt and does over half. I'm okay there. What am I gonna do game 3? So the Delphox thing's not gonna work anymore. Yeah. So it's like a full support. I don't care about that. It's a full support mouse hold. Yeah, I don't think we can win anymore. That's single target, I think this kills. Full support mouse hold. I haven't brought Garchomp yet. I think they probably bring Garchomp this game. Do I go hard Trick Room? That doesn't kill me. Does a lot of damage though, so that was dumb on my part. I forgot about Muddy Water. I should have just Earth Powered. It's okay. I can finish them with any attack here. From, I guess Hex is probably the best. I guess I'll switch to Heliolisk. I don't know why I'm doing that either. That's kind of a throw. Whatever. I wish I was dry skin on Heliolisk. I switched to Sandvale. I don't remember why. In case they set up Sun. It's better kill. Okay. I guess I could have thrown that. I was really messing around with the end game there. Okay. So I think I go hard Trick Room here. I think that's the plan. Because they're going to be prepared for Heliolisk. If I get Trick Room up, I think I'm gonna lead these two with Sinistcha. Hammer in the back. I just don't have enough damage into Melodic if I do this though. Right? But I really need Instruct. Man, I'm just one damage dealer short here, I think. I don't think they're bringing Arrow ever. Without Instruct, it's really, really hard to beat Belly Bolt and Melodic, especially if they're on the field together. I think I have to go with this. I also just learned that if you time out and you have the Pokemon selected, it keeps your selection, so that's really, really good to know. Because I almost technically ran out of time there. Alright, Delphox Mousehold. So this is follow me stuff. Could be Taunt. What do I do if it's Taunt? If it's Taunt... it's probably Taunt, isn't it? Follow me, Super Fang, it's probably Taunt. I don't think I have a play to deal with it. Protect, okay. Wish I faked out the other slot, that might have cost me the game. Okay, Super Fang's fine. I think I double the... Do I need Tinkaton? I don't think I need Tinkaton. Do I care about Mousehold? Not at all. I'll knock off and... Matcha Gotcha, I suppose. I kind of want Tinkaton to die. Kinda. Okay. Double switch. Crit on the Melodic. Leftovers got on the Melodic, so Melodic's gonna go down. I could save Fake Out. Yeah, sorry, game. I could save Fake Out and go into a Rongaroo. I think it's the right call. I can't outslow Belly Bolt. I can't risk a Muddy Water though. I think I'm gonna go into a Rongaroo and Matcha Gotcha. Okay, soak that slot. Go back into Tinkaton. The crit on Melodic is huge for me. Burn on Belly Bolt would be really, really nice. Goes back to Delphox. How many turns of Tricklet left? 2 turns. I think I'm going to foul play here, and I'm going to just sack Tinkaton. So this gives me the opportunity to get some damage. Okay, that's fine. I don't think this is gonna kill. Who else do they have on the team? I could take out Belly Bolt, last turn of Trick Room. Yeah, I think I get another Trick Room if I do this. Especially if they switch Stealth Fox out. Okay, they're staying in. I'm gonna go for a Heat Wave, I guess. Okay, that's good damage. Okay, down to 142. I think Rage Powder Trick Room and I'm in good shape. Oh god, careful. There's a second Trick Room. Muddy Water Heat Wave. I don't think that's gonna do it. And that's their only option. They can try like T-Bolt, but I think I get another Trick Room and then Camera Up sweeps. I'm okay with that. I'd rather that not happen, but so now I think I Psychic Noise here, and I am going to go ahead and Matcha Gotcha. Right? Rengaru going down would be bad. Yeah. If they ever kill Sinisha, I get Camera Upped in, and Camera Up just sweeps from there. I'm fine with that. I could really use a burn on this Belly Bolt. Okay, they're trying to catch Camera Up switching in. Accuracy falling is really annoying. Okay, how about I get a burn? That's so big, because now I can hex that slot. I think they... Yeah, it's such a risk. There's 3 turns of Trick Room left. I think I don't switch in. I think I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I think I'm gonna foul play the slot here. No, I'm gonna Psychic Noise. Okay. Please hit. Come on, man. 2 misses, a Muddy Water dodge. I mean, the burn's obviously huge, but... Oh, come on. That's actually so bad for me. I should switch Delphox out here. I didn't. If I had hit one Psychic Noise, I'm in such good shape. Yeah. Okay, they're still in range. Mousehold can't really do any damage. Trick Room's almost over. Which is bad for me. They can't heal now. This is the last turn of Trick Room. So they attack here for sure. They're just gonna Muddy Water. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. And then Super Fang Muddy Water. Shoot. Needed that Psychic Noise to hit. Yeah, I ran out of time. Need a Muddy Water miss, I think. Missed the Mousehold too. Okay, they're hurt by the burn. I do have Protect, and I am faster with camera up. What is base camera up speed? 40. I guess I Protect once. He's got a Muddy Water, but I potentially outspeed. I don't remember how much Psychic Noise did. Bolt has no attack. I guess I could, there's an argument for just Trick Room there. He missed. Okay. I think in that case, I am going to, I guess I Trick Room Mega Evolve because I know I take one, and Earth Power. It's interesting because if he's 0 speed, he outspeeds me. So he's 45 base speed, I'm only 40. But if this Mousehold only has Super Fang as an attacking move, follow me, Super Fang. If it has Population Bomb, I'm pretty sure I lose. It missed. Well, these both hit, but I think I win. Wow. What a hacksy set. Because this is gonna kill. It's gonna kill through this Shuka. He's only at 20-some%. And then Mousehold, I mean, unless it's got Population Bomb or something, it should be pulling this off. The card does a ton of damage. Can heal, but so this won't KO probably, but if it's only got Super Fang, follow me, Super Fang. It didn't seem like it had Taunt. Man, that KO. Okay, that was a really weird set. The third game was super hacksy. I think first game, I just got killed by Belly Bolt. Second game, I just got in a really good position with kind of the tech with the Glare Hex. And then third game, yeah, it was really weird. A lot of misses made it very difficult to determine what was going on. But okay, 1-0, got the first win. That was ugly. Hopefully more time to build in future weeks. And man, I missed that Belly Bolt. Muddy Water killed me. Really needed Helix to be dry skin there. So an oversight on my part, but came through with a clutch finish there with a few dodges, going both ways. I think I probably got the better of it though. All right, I'll see you guys next week.